Hey, if you're in university recruitment, you know that feeling, right? You post a job, and then you just wait. Well, today we're going to talk about a totally new way of thinking, a way that's less about waiting and more about building a real strategic partnership to get the best people.
All right, let's just get real for a second. The world of higher ed is incredibly competitive, but the tools we use to find talent, for years they felt, kind of stuck in the past. Hiring managers everywhere are facing the same old problem, posting on a job board and just crossing their fingers, hoping the right person stumbles upon it. It's such a passive way to work in a world that's anything but.
So let me just ask you this straight up. What if your current strategy, what if it's only getting you in front of a tiny, tiny fraction of the people you could be reaching? What if the absolute perfect person for your opening isn't even looking for a job right now? That question, right there, is the big problem with how things have always been done.
And this chart, this pretty much says it all. You see, only about 15% of academics are what you'd call active job hunters. The other 85%? That's the passive market. These are the folks who aren't scrolling through job sites, but, and this is key, they are open to a great opportunity if it finds them. The old methods, they just fly right over the heads of this massive pool of talent.
Okay, so this is where academicjobs.com comes into the picture. And I want to be clear, this is not just another job board. Think of them more as a fast, innovative disruptor, a true strategic partner that's actually built for the way recruitment needs to work today.
And you don't have to take my word for it. The numbers are pretty staggering. They're already the third most visited academic job board in the world. I mean, that's a global powerhouse right from the start.
And that global reach is powered by just sheer volume. We're talking over 80,000 job listings every single month. That kind of activity becomes a magnet for talent from all over the globe. But honestly, this is the number that just blew me away. 1,000% annual traffic growth. That makes them by far the fastest growing platform in this entire space. That kind of momentum doesn't just happen. It happens because you're actually solving a huge problem for universities. So you're probably wondering, how on earth are they doing this? Well, they've created what they like to call an unfair advantage for their partners. It's all built on a mix of really smart tech and a totally different way of thinking about how you reach people. First, let's talk about the tech. Their AI candidate finder is a total game changer. It proactively goes out and can find up to 100 qualified people for just one role. Then you add in things like seamless API feeds, so posting is zero admin work, and getting your job listed on Google instantly. You can see how it's all built for speed and, just making your life easier. And remember that elusive 85% we talked about? So how do you get their attention? It's genius, really. They don't just sit and wait for people to look for jobs. They built an entire ecosystem that attracts the whole academic community with stuff they actually want. Directories, news, grant databases. People come for the resources, and they end up staying for the opportunities.
And all of this comes together in what they call their engaged 12-month package. Basically, for one flat annual fee, universities get to post as many jobs as they want, they get full access to that global network and all the AI tech, and they get a real person, a dedicated liaison, to help them out. It's a total solution, not just paying for one post at a time.
And if you're still thinking, what's the catch? Well, get this. They make a promise that is incredibly bold. They guarantee they will beat the price of any major competitor, period. That tells you how confident they are in what they're offering and that they're serious about making it work for you.
But the tech and the price, that's really only half the story. At the very core of how they operate is this philosophy that goes way beyond just having clients. They call it the triple win, and it's all about creating a genuine partnership. So what is this triple win? It's actually a pretty simple but really powerful idea. It's this belief that for the whole system to work at its best, everyone has to benefit. The university partner wins, academicjobs.com wins, and the entire higher education community as a whole wins. Everyone moves forward together. So here's how that actually plays out. Step 1. Your institution wins because you're solving your hiring problems. That's a huge win. Step 2. Academicjobs.com wins because they get your direct feedback, which helps them make their tech even better. And step 3, the whole community wins because we all get a smarter, more connected ecosystem. It's a cycle where everyone helps everyone else improve. I think this quote from them just says it all, really. They don't see themselves as the heroes here. They see their job as being the facilitator, the ones who bring the real experts, that's you, together so you can build the tools you actually need. Now, a vision like this, it doesn't just pop out of thin air. It has to be built on real, deep, hands-on experience in this very specific world. That brings a level of trust and authority that you just can't fake.
And you can see that expertise when you look at the founder, Jarrod Kanizay. I mean, this guy's journey is the real deal. He founded one of the first big academic job boards, UniJobs, which ended up being bought by the super prestigious Times Higher Education. He didn't stop there. He became a managing director for them before launching academicjobs.com. This is someone who knows this industry inside and out.
And here's one last thing that I think is really important. Unlike so many competitors that are owned by these faceless private equity firms, academicjobs.com is an Australian-owned, family-run business. Their success is literally tied to the success of the community they serve. It's personal for them. So when you look at the problem, and then you see the technology, and you understand the philosophy behind it all leads to this, doesn't it? It's about making a choice to move away from the old, frustrating way of doing things and toward this new partnership model. So it really all boils down to this one question for anyone managing university hiring. After seeing this different approach, are you ready to stop just posting jobs and praying and start actually partnering with an innovator who gets it and who's genuinely invested in seeing you succeed? The takeaway here is pretty simple. If your institution is ready to finally solve those hiring headaches and get that unfair advantage we talked about, the next step is just to get in touch with them. That's it for this explainer on a new way to think about academic recruitment. Thanks so much for tuning in.